Yo, what up? Once you come in, smash that like button, okay? Smash the like button. All right, that's what you need to do. Make sure you do that, okay? And yeah. So, um, salute to everybody. Smash that like button. Anyway, we back, man, with the Amber Guyger situation. A sad news right now. One of the key witnesses to this story has been shot and killed in Dallas, Texas. All right, now we're gonna read the article, then I'm gonna talk my talk. Y'all know how we do this. Let's get it, okay? Hell no. Let's start that right now. That's a hell no right now. Let's get it. Now, okay, let's go to the article. Who we got right now? Who is it? CBS News. Okay, shout out to CBS News. You know the freaking vibes. Now, witness witness who testified in Amber Guyger trial shot to death. Dallas DA says. Okay, a prosecution witness in the trial of Amber Guyger was shot to death. The Dallas District Attorney Office confirmed Saturday Guyger is a former Dallas police officer who was found guilty earlier this week of murdering Botham Jean, her neighbor, in his home. Joshua Brown, a neighbor of Guyger and Jean, was shot to death Friday night at his Dallas apartment complex. His identity was not immediately released, but was later confirmed by Dallas County District Attorney's Office, CBS Dallas Fort Worth reports. Dallas police said a man was shot to death around 10:40 p.m. Friday in an apartment complex near Dallas Medical Center District. According to police, several witnesses heard several gunshots and observed a silver four-door sedan was seen speeding from the scene. The victim was found lying on the ground with multiple gunshot wounds and was taken to a local hospital where it was pronounced dead. Okay, that's it right there. Okay, they said when they found the victim, he had no identification on him, so they couldn't ID him when he first happened. Okay, attorney Lee Merritt, who represents the Jean family, tweeted that he had confirmed the death with Brown's mother. Brown, a witness for the prosecution, testified on September 24th that he heard what sounded like two people meeting by surprise, followed by two shots. He said he did not hear any police commands such as "show me your hands," put under cross-examination. He said he couldn't make out what two people were saying. Guyger was found guilty of murder and sentenced to 10 years in prison. She insisted she shot and killed Jean in his own home because she believed she was in her own home and he was an intruder. Brown had since moved from that apartment complex. Dallas County Prosecutor Jason Hermes, the lead prosecutor in Guyger case, told the Dallas Morning News on Saturday that Brown stood up at a time when others wouldn't say what they knew. He bravely came forward to testify when others wouldn't, Hermes said. If we had more people like him, we'd have a better world. Okay, and that's the end of the article on CBS News. Okay, now let me get my take on that. All right, before we start, hell no. Okay, because we still got George Zimmerman walking around. Why ain't y'all go pop him? It's a lot of people out here who deserve to get rocked, and y'all still let them rock. But that's that street bull crap. That's that bull crap. Now, a lot of people I see saying that it's a setup. The witnesses to this, they're gonna give death threats. And it's a fact. I did an article like a couple weeks ago where it shows you that the law enforcement is in cahoots with the cone heads. Y'all know who the cone heads are. Y'all know who the cone heads are. Okay, so that's way back in what was it? 19? I forgot what day it was, but so now you have to put that into play. Okay, put that into play. That the police departments are in cahoots with the cone heads. Yeah, I know who that is, right? So now you got that out the way. All right. Then you see the judge do what the judge did: give the Bible, cry, hug, playing the Baylor, playing with her hair, somebody on the stand I heard said that I could give her all that life because she's sympathetic, but TK and all the rest of them didn't get the same thing. Then you start to wonder, what is this? What is this case? What is this? This is to show you the power of what they can do for their own. Remember, when you join a fraternity or a organization of that sort, like they call it brotherhood, things like and that like that. They tend to look out for their own. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind when you see a officer get into trouble. You must understand that there could be calls made. For it could be paid leave. It could be perks on the table. It could be things like that. So you have to be mindful of how that works, because once you do that, organization or then they let you not as a regular citizen, cop, or different. No, that's just your job. But see, that's the world we live in. That's the jurisdiction we live in. That is society we live in. That is the matrix. You got to pay attention what's going on. People talk that chess game. Well, I never played the chessboard game, but I know how to understand, play the light game of chess. So now this death right after this conviction and his testimony doesn't surprise me at all. Now they can say it was gang related, because that's what they like to do. We really don't know why this happened, but we can have an inkling or a idea why this happened. Okay, so just keep that in mind. That they're in cahoots with the Coneheads, and that's why the Coneheads organization can stay alive today. And that power of that, this power organizations, when they start to wreak havoc and get a big following, they try to infiltrate it. But the Coneheads can stay intact and bother you whenever they want. Understand that. Go find that Oregon article I made a couple weeks ago about how they treated us back then in Oregon, and how they was in cahoots. The police officers was in cahoots with the Coneheads. It's the same thing today. Remember that done happened a couple years ago in Charleston when the Coneheads came out bothering? It's no different. Like, the Coneheads can stay, their organizations, they never gonna get infiltrated and they took to justice like they do the B1 power organizations or leaders. So you gotta understand what's going on. So this because the judge is, B1, so to speak. We don't know if she's B1 like level 10, but we know she's B1 because her pigmentation. Remember, when you go into very careful, you will have to, switch sides. Understand that, okay? Be very careful with my words, but if you can read between the lines, then you get what I'm saying, okay? And that's why some of these individuals will get fired or kicked off wherever you're from, because you got to follow proper protocol. And I don't mean by the handbook. I mean by a different type of protocol. And if you can get that, then you can understand what's going on in this world against you and others. Not just you, but you primarily, but others too. I have another story coming up. It's going to show you, like, damn, this is crazy. Yeah, you gotta understand. When you in somebody else's house, they make the rules. All right. So that's all I gotta say on that. It's a hell no. Now we don't know who really did it. But we can definitely have an idea. We can definitely, assume that it has something to do with this case. Because all of a sudden, somebody want him out of here. Now we have a sister, another witness who recorded, put a video out. She got in trouble too. Now, we'll go live on that later. Okay, so y'all be ready. It's my Friday. I'll see y'all this afternoon. That'll be the first video we do. We'll go live on the sister in this case, who has got blackballed, death threats, just because she wanted to do the right thing like this young man. Understand that. When you part of an organization as the authorities, as the police, they look at them as something greater than a civilian. That's why they can get out here and act like they're not civilians. You ever notice that? You ever notice these officers, not all, but you ever notice these officers act like they're not civilians? Because they have a badge on. This sense of, I can do what I want to do. Well, it's like that. It's the chain of command that they give you. Now, you have officers out there who rather not follow that code and just be a regular human being, a regular citizen, and like to protect and serve, like it says on the badge. Like it says everywhere, protect and serve. You have those individuals who sign up for that and actually do that. And those are the ones who get looked down on, who get looked at soft and traitors because they know they're human beings like we are. They're civilians like we are, and they want to protect and serve like they said they wanted to do when they signed up. But you have those other ones who put on a badge and think they can just do whatever they want. Now remember, all of those people who act like that, those officers who act like that, it's not just their character. It's the way of life when you join that force. See? That's why it says be careful, the company you keep or the things you feed yourself or the environments. Because if you feed yourself too much of this, too much of that, or if you keep going over here in danger, because it can engulf in you. It can take over you. Okay, in moderation. You keep being grounded, balanced, because we're in a world full of higher and lower. Higher and lower. So sometimes when you sign up to that organization, the authority, the red and blue, the biggest gang in America, you would then take on the aura, which is a part of that whole organization. But again, you have some of those individuals who don't let that aura take over them because that's not them and they will not comply to that. They would just go to work, protect and serve, and go home. But then you have those other individuals and they can walk around and bully people, walk around, smack people up, pull over people for no reason. Do all of that because it's not just who they are. That's the aura of the whole organization. I can put this badge on and I can get away with murder. I can put this badge on, I can get away with harassment. I can put this badge on, I can get away with anything I want because I have this badge on. That's not just them. That's the aura of that organization. See? When you're in a relationship, there's an aura that starts to take over you and the other miss. Or if you're paying attention, it might take over you. Now, you're like, what's going on? Before you know it, you got caught up. Remember, it's an aura in your relationship. It's an aura in the organization you work for or you built. There's an aura there. Now, will you take part in that aura? Not saying the aura is bad. It could be bad or good, depending on what the energy is. Who knows? But there's an aura there. There's an energy there. And then if it's a certain time, it can take over you if you don't be careful. Some people it gets them. Some people it don't. So every individual that joins that organization with the red and blue, they don't let that stigma and that aura take over them. They like, I'm here to protect and serve, and that's it. I'm cool with all that extra stuff y'all be doing. But then it's the other ones, like Guyger and her bed buddy and the rest of them. They gladly take on that because they can get away with it. And they know when I have this badge on, I'm not a civilian. I'm authority, and I can do what I want because this organization will back me up. I can do what I want to you. We can erase, throw away papers. We can seal this. We can cover that up, and I can get away with it. Always remember that. We'll talk a little bit more about this later, about the other individual, the black woman who got blackballed. We'll talk about that live. I see y'all when I see y'all, man. Drop your comments below. You know what I'm saying? You can say anything you want. Just be respectful. Whatever any give me, I give you back. I'm the balance keeper. Talk to your soul mirror. The balance keeper, no one's safe. Poking the people, sisterhood, anti-bully gang, silverback gang. Lee love the ladies. Lady loves Lee. And ladies, you are definitely love Lee. Don't chase the light. Let the light chase you. I'm out of here, man. It's your boy, Suicide H29, one of the honest people on planet Earth. Once you understand what you're up against, then you can be better prepared for what they throw at you. This is why they can't rattle the God. Because the God has been paying attention for years. I don't let a lot of stuff rattle me anymore. I just take it for what it is and keep it going. Give them that head nod. I see you. I see you. Shh. Gotta remember, some things is best kept secret. Some things you need to talk in code. Sometimes you just look at stuff and you say, all right, and you keep it moving. Sway!